I took my daughter and left the wedding after her stepbrother pulled her wig. So my daughter Megan is 16 and she just got done with cancer treatment like 3 months ago. She lost all her hair from the chemo and it absolutely destroyed her confidence. Like, this girl used to be super outgoing, always hanging with friends, posting selfies, the whole deal. Now she won't even answer the door when her best friend comes over. She just sits in her room most days and I can hear her crying sometimes when she thinks nobody's listening. The worst part is my stepson Ben. He's 18 and he thinks he's some kind of comedian or something. He keeps making these comments about Megan being bald, calling her stuff like egghead and cue ball. One time I caught him trying to secretly take a picture of her without her wig on, and he said he was gonna post it online. I completely lost it on him and told him if he ever did that again, I'd take his phone and throw it in the garbage disposal. My husband just said I was overreacting and that Ben was just teasing her like siblings do. Except they're not really siblings. They've only known each other for like 2 years since we got married. Anyway, my husband's sister was getting married last weekend and the whole family wanted Megan to come. She said absolutely not, no way, she wasn't going anywhere. I spent like a week trying to convince her because I knew she needed to start getting out of the house again. Finally, she said she'd go, but only if I let her wear a wig. So I took her to this wig shop and we spent like 2 hours trying on different ones. She picked out this really nice pixie cut style one that actually looked super natural and cute on her. When we got home and she showed my husband and Ben, they both started laughing. I asked them what was so funny and my husband just said nothing, but they kept smirking at each other. The day of the wedding comes and we all get dressed up. Megan actually seemed a little excited, which made me so happy because I hadn't seen her smile in forever. We get to the venue and it's this nice outdoor thing with all these white chairs and flowers everywhere. The ceremony was beautiful and afterwards we're all sitting at these round tables for the reception. Megan's sitting between me and my husband, and Ben's across from us with some of his cousins. People start coming up to our table saying hi, and a few of them compliment Megan on her hair. She's being polite and thanking them, and I can tell she's feeling good about herself for the first time in months. Then Ben leans across the table and says something like, "Hey Megan, that wig looks really realistic." Before I could even process what was happening, he reached over and just yanked it right off her head in front of everyone. The whole table went silent for like 2 seconds. Then Ben and his cousins started cracking up. Some other guests at nearby tables turned to look, and a few of them started laughing too. Megan just sat there frozen with her bald head exposed, and I could see her eyes filling up with tears. She grabbed the wig out of Ben's hand, screamed at him to leave her alone, and ran toward the parking lot. I was so shocked I couldn't even move at first. Then I heard more laughter and I looked over and saw my husband sitting there with his mom, and they were both laughing. My own husband was laughing at his daughter being humiliated like that. Something inside me just snapped. I stood up and started yelling at Ben right there in front of the whole wedding. I told him he was a cruel, heartless bully, and that what he did was disgusting. His dad tried to tell me to calm down and that I was making a scene. I told him I didn't care about the scene. I cared about our daughter who just ran out of here crying because his son is a complete jerk. Ben just sat there smirking like he thought the whole thing was hilarious. I grabbed my purse and my husband's mom tried to stop me saying I was ruining the wedding. I told her the wedding was already ruined and walked out. I found Megan sitting in the car sobbing with the wig in her lap. We drove home and she didn't say a single word the entire time. When we got back, she went straight to her room and locked the door. My husband kept calling me, but I ignored every single call. He didn't have a ride home since I took the car, and I honestly didn't care. About 2 hours later, he shows up in an Uber with Ben and immediately starts yelling at me about how I embarrassed him in front of his entire family. He said I left him stranded at his sister's wedding with no way to get home and that his sister was upset because I caused a scene.